This is probably one of the most stupid and funny situations I've ever gotten myself into when it comes to online. That is generally how we're going to start off this video. What is going on there, boys? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Tuffs. Or Benjamin, you know what? I'm feeling generous today, you know? I'm feeling pretty good. And that's why if you use the code YELLOW at checkout, if any of you guys do want to go and cop some of the merch, you'll get 25% off for completely free, you know? Why not? If you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. Leave a like on the video, and yeah, let's get into today's story. So this story takes place around 4 years ago, okay? I was very young, I was actually at the age of 13, and it's safe to say that if you owned an Xbox when you were a kid, whether that be an Xbox One, an Xbox 360, you've had your times in an Xbox Live party. More towards the 360 kids here when I'm saying this, but Xbox Live parties was some of the best moments that I've ever had as a child, okay? Some of the stuff that I've went down in them parties, some of them are honestly life-changing, you know? Whether that had me scarred for years for some stuff that I've seen in them, or just messing around with my friends until 4 a.m. in the morning, having the time of my life, you know? It's just innocent little kids on Xbox Live, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, saying that we're gonna do bad things to each other's mothers, you know? I feel like every kid should have to grow up with that gaming experience, honestly. It was some of the best times. Really learns you how to trash talk as well, which is probably why I do this. But yeah, as I previously mentioned, you know, this story takes place at the age of 13, and it was when I've, you know, called myself a little bit of a Xbox, you know, commander, you know? I'm not fully there, I'm not a veteran, I haven't, like, retired, but I've definitely went through a few ranks when it comes to Xbox, okay? And for my age, that's definitely something to be proud of. And these were like peak times to where me and my friends would literally just go into any lobby possible, whether that be like Call of Duty or just any game with game chat, to just try and find kids to just chat shit to. And honestly, it was super fun. But this is a time when things started to get a little bit more serious between me and my friends. So I'm going to give the kid the name of Matthew. And that is the friend that I had at the time that I was in an Xbox Live party with. You know, we would play Xbox most days. I didn't really know him in real life or anything. I just kind of met him through like a group of friends. The only odd thing about Matthew, okay, was that he was like weirdly insane with computers. Like he knew everything to do with them. Like especially how old he was as well. He was 14. And dude, my guy could have probably like had a full-time job as a PC specialist. Like you asked him any question ever, or like any like error or whatever, he would just know how to fix it straight away. I sound like a granddad, like describing the grandson right here, but I'm being serious when I say this. He was crazily good with PCs. And well, people that are usually crazily good with PCs, they normally have to do a lot of stuff with software, and hacking definitely gets into it, and that's where we're going to start off today's story, okay? My friend Matthew recently learned how to hack at this point, and I was kind of, you know, a little bit scared. He'd be using stuff like IP trackers and stuff like that, and I didn't really know what they meant. All I knew is that they could find people's addresses, and of course, 13-year-old me would be intrigued in that kind of stuff. It would be like the ultimate flex, you know? It'd be like, oh, listen up here, you know, I'll get your address. And of course, I've never really done this or anything like that. Like, I'm not a complete scumbag. But back when you're 13, you know, you have like your thoughts and you're just like, oh, what would actually happen if I threatened people with this type of stuff? And well, I won't even lie, you know, that's what we did. We went to these Xbox Live parties, we would talk shit to kids on purpose, and then like, as soon as they'd say it, we'd be like, oh, we'll get your address, even though we didn't actually do things. But one day, Matthew decided to take it a little bit further. So we were sat in an Xbox Live party, recently getting out of one that we were just talking shit in, right? And this kid was going absolutely crazy on Matthew. These kids knew Matthew in real life, so they were saying like really bad stuff about like their parents and stuff like that. And well, Matthew just decided to go fully anonymous mode on this kid. He got at the party, invited me to another one. He was like, that's it, dude, that's it. I'm actually going to do this. I'm sending Pete to this guy's house. I'm going to send police to his house. And like, after calming him down, I got into a point where he literally wanted to like kill the other person to just, okay, we'll send Peter to his house. Now, before we get into this, okay, I have no involvement in this story whatsoever. I'm not a complete scumbag. I'm not really a one to do that kind of stuff either. Like, the most I'd really do is like prank calls. Doxing people and doing all that stuff really just isn't my thing. And of course, it's illegal, so I would just kind of sit there, you know, and let it all happen, because I didn't really want to argue with Matthew. He was really angry at the time. I was 13 years old. He was a year older than me. And I thought I was going to get my stuff leaked as well, you know. He already knew my address. He would like send me these Xbox magazines a few years ago, so he already knew where I lived. I wasn't trying to get doxed here. Now, I was friends with both friend groups at the time, because the friend group that Matthew was trying to like do all this stuff to, I already knew. Like, that's how I met Matthew. I met him through that friend group, okay? And I was just sat there, you know, in their party, letting Matthew do his old thing. I wasn't really going to tell them what was going on. They asked, and I was just like, oh, he's just a little bit pissed. And after a while, okay, this kind of just completely slipped my mind. Like, I didn't even realize this was happening anymore. We went to a few games of Search and Destroy. We had a lot of fun, and we were just living life, you know? Until about 45 minutes later, okay, when one of my friends in the party actually hears a knock on the door, and we're just like, all right, you know, fair enough. He's got to go downstairs, answer the door. It's casual stuff. And he comes back upstairs and just goes, guys, Matthew just sent me pizza prepaid on his mum's credit card to my house. If you don't know what that means, basically, instead of what he done was, normally when you like send pizza to people's houses, you send it so like you pay when you get to the door, if you know what I mean, by cash. So I could send like $150 worth of pizza to someone's house, and they would have to pay for it, right? Because obviously it came to their house. And well, what Matthew did, instead of doing that, which would be like the thing to do if it comes to that situation, he decided to accidentally put card and pay for the pizza pizza himself. I really don't know like what went through his head while he was doing this, and he literally, like, by the way, we knew it was Matthew as well because on like the receipt thing it said the name of the person who ordered it, and he literally wrote like his full name and address. Well, no, he wrote my friend's address, but he wrote like his full name and everything, like his phone number and everything on there. And we were just dying with laughter in the call. We were just sat there being like, what an absolute idiot. My friend just got a free meat feast pizza for completely free. Matthew's mum paid for it. And well, 5 minutes later, look who joins the party. Good old Matthew. So Matthew sat there basically explaining to himself like what was going on. He was saying that he was trying to order it to his house, and could he like give him the pizza and stuff like that because he only lived like 5 minutes away. And the other kid was sat there and was like, oh no, I know what you've been recently doing. You've been learning how to like dox people and stuff like that, and you've been sending pizza to kids' houses. I know what your game is. You just messed up this time, and I'm not gonna let you get away with that. So this pizza's mine. I'm eating this. And he was already like 2 slices down while he's saying that, which was just too hilarious. And Matthew sat there in the call, you know, screaming and begging and stuff like that. He's just like, please, my mum's gonna kill me. I spent $30 on that pizza. And he was just like, well, dude, you know, that's your lesson. You should have learned that in the first place instead of sending pizza to my house completely prepaid, which thank you so much, by the way. It's very good. And Matthew basically after that just went off the call, and I'm gonna guess he probably got his ass beat by his mother. Who knows? I only talked to him like a few times after that as well because I just didn't really want to be associated with him after like that much embarrassment. You're gonna be like, oh, you're just a shitty friend. Well, no, Matthew was like the one who started it all. I just kind of wanted to join his party and see if he was okay, and it turns out that he was trying to send a bunch of stuff to their houses. Like, there really is no need for that whatsoever, and if you do that on Xbox, please, mate, honestly, there's no point. If you want to send me pizza that's completely prepaid though, I would appreciate that. Free pizza. No, guys, please don't do that. Anyway, though, that is the end of today's story. A bit of a different one. It all happened on Xbox Live, but I won't lie when I say this was one of the funniest nights that I had on Xbox. Just him realizing like how badly he messed up and stuff like that. But yeah, with that being said, boys, if you did enjoy today's story, then make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you new or haven't done so already. I post videos like this every single day. I'm on the road to 100 subs, and then who knows after that, you know, maybe we might even hit 1k soon. Also, I do want to say I have a Discord service. If you guys do want to go ahead and enjoy that, that is in the link description down below. I'd appreciate to see some of your faces in there, and of course I'll be coming in to voice chat and talking to you guys. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful day, and I'm out. Peace, peace.